What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 12. Episode 12 of the podcast. Hopefully, we all had a good weekend. It is Money Mondays here in the Southern Hemisphere. Obviously, it will be about 13 hours for the UK to reach Money Mondays. So you'll get this whenever you wake up in the morning. Hopefully you've enjoyed your weekend. You know, got up to some festivities, some adventures, drank too much, ate too much, and are ready to crush the week ahead. This one is a little different. We're going to talk about the little things, and that's not just in the gym. You know, you can do accessory movements, core movements, stretching, hydration, and all that sort of stuff. You can be classed as the little things. We're going to talk about the little things in life. And I'm sure everyone's heard that the little things are the big things. And I've been told that all the way through my life. Both parents always told me that the little things are the big things. I'd come in and you have to polish your shoes, your skills shoes. You got to make sure the way you put them down on the floor, it's in a neat pile in the corner. You know, the way you present yourself, the way you present your work. It's all the little things that matter, and it's stuck with me. It's stuck with me throughout life, and it's something that I make sure I do every single day. It's probably one of the reasons why I like coaching the morning classes. I like getting there before anyone else. I like opening up, making sure the gym is clean and tidy. Lights are on, music's on, at a low level, obviously, because it's 5:30 in the fucking morning, but it's on nonetheless. Bathrooms are clean, lights are on, bins are emptied. You know, all the paper towels are in the bin; they're not on the floor. There's no water on the sides. The workout is up. The board's written. Everything's neat in a pile, and I'm switched on and I'm awake to greet someone who comes through the door. At the end of the day, you're probably going to be the first person they interact with that day. And if they come in and I'm a little bit rushed or I'm a little bit sluggish or I've got something on my face that doesn't portray I'm in a good mindset or in a positive mood, then they're going to feel that straight away, and you're going to have a downer on their day right at the beginning of the day. And I believe life is stressful enough as it is. People go through shit, even if it's little shit or if it's the really big shit. Everyone goes through some sort of shit in life, and if we're able to, as coaches, do the little things at the beginning of the day and just provide a little bit more of a service of getting there, 15 minutes early. You don't have to be there half hour early like I like to be. You can just get there 15 minutes early and that suffice. And make sure everything is sorted and ready and you're raring to go, and your presence and attitude is something that's talked about a lot in the CrossFit scene, and it's so true. I think we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of it in the past. I know I am for a fact. It's cold, so you put your hood up, or you're tired because you've been working like God knows how many hours the previous days. You're a little bit down because you might have broken up with whoever whatever that's gone on in the past has definitely affected the way that I've coached. Granted, I tried my best not to, but at the end of the day, like in that hour, it doesn't really matter, and everything else needs to go by the wayside, and the package that you give and the little things that you do need to be spot on, and everything else just needs to go on hold for a little bit. That's probably why I love coaching so much, is because you have to do that, and all the good coaches care, and I say it all the time. I just give a fuck about people, and that allows me, and I know it allows other coaches. I've spoken to them in the past. It allows them to sort of, it's a bit of therapy. You forget about your own things that are going on. Just being able to concentrate on those tiny little details and plow your head into that really helps out. And something that I was thinking about earlier was as I was doing a little bit of strict gymnastic stuff and a little bit of strength stuff, and before I squatted, because I don't think a lot when I squat, especially when I'm going heavy. I just tend to get fucking fired up, go dark mentally, and put that weight on my back and sit it down and stand that puppy back up. But yeah, something I was thinking about was hold on, let me get this quote up. Is no one will ever give you the respect you deserve, because no one will ever truly know your journey and the struggles you have overcome. And I think that's pretty powerful and pretty deep, because no one on this planet has been with you through every single struggle and every single bad thing that's occurred to you. Like, you know, your parents might have been there, but eventually you got to leave home, and eventually some other shit's going to happen. You know, your mates might be there, but they might not have been there from day one, or they might have, you might have moved countries and are not going to have been there, or they might have moved countries and you weren't been there. So no one has ever been there, and no one can ever truly respect your graft and your journey and what you bring to the table, because no one knows the whole story. Everyone can read the story, but they can never feel the story and experience it as well as you. So that links perfectly to, I think it was episode number 8 when we spoke about self-image. It links perfectly to that. So you really have to respect yourself and give yourself the respect that you deserve, because no one can respect you as much as you deserve apart from you. They're not going to have been there. So that to me would just, I don't know, it really hit home to me this morning as I was just sort of spacing out, zoning out and chilling out. I say it all the time. I know members that have been coached by me in the past know that workout for me is it's my church. It's my therapy. Like, if I didn't work out, I'd be a miserable cunt. I'd be awful to be around. And fuck, I'm stressed out enough as it is sometimes, and I'm very, very hard on myself, and being able to physically exert myself is the way I express myself. I'm quite of an introvert naturally, so if I don't get the expression out physically, then things ain't good upstairs, you know. So yeah, that was just something I was just pondering over as I was working out in between sets, and it hit home. It hit home. Let me read it out again for you. So it says, "No one will ever give you the respect you deserve, because no one will ever truly know your journey and the struggles you have overcome." Boom. Just going back to the little things. A conversation I had with the boss, the owner at the gym, the CrossFit box I work at the moment, for some of the time anyway, is so true. It was people don't know what they have until they don't have it. Let me say that again. People don't know what they have until they don't have it. And it links to, I'm not saying that people are ungrateful or anything like that, but you don't know how well you have it until those things that helped you out end up going away, or you end up going away. And all those little things that you do, you know, you make sure the lights are on, you make sure the paper towels are full, you make sure it's clean and tidy, and the buckets are all in the same place for the chalk. You make sure there's no blood on the bars, because that's dirty as shit. You make sure there's no water on the side of the sink. All these tiny little details go a long way, go a very, very long way. And they might not even fucking notice it. The only person that might notice it might be a fellow coach, and that's fine. But when they go to somewhere else and they end up moving on in life, or hopefully you don't move on and then a quote unquote worse coach that doesn't take those little things seriously comes in. Hopefully, it's the athlete that might have to move on. They go to those boxes that don't do those little things, and they notice it. They notice that the little things aren't done, but they never notice the little things that are done. It goes back to the saying of you can do a million things right, but people will remember that one thing you did wrong, and it's fucking true. As human beings, we're fuck ups. We are creatures of mistakes, but that is also what makes us so intelligent, because we are able to learn from those mistakes. I know, again, I can only speak from experience, but I know personally, that's the way I learn, and that's the only reason why I'm sat here today with opportunities that I've been able to grind for, is because I've failed. I've failed miserably, like financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, you name it. Like on all those levels, I've failed. I've been broken. I've been pushed down, beat down, missed the mark, like absolute failure. But I've been able to learn from it. I've been able to pick myself back up and work forwards, and that's what our nature is as humans. So it's being able to learn from that mistake to put things forward. No one's ever going to be perfect. No employee is ever going to be perfect. No employer is ever going to be perfect. No one's ever going to be perfect. It's just being able to learn from your failures, learn from your mistakes, learn from those little things that need to be done, and allow it to progress you forward. And that all starts day in, day out with those little things. That's why I always humble myself with those routines in the morning, getting up early and make sure I set myself and I'm awake before I get to the gym. And when I get to the gym, lights are on, doors open, fucking music's on, buckets are in the same place, the board is clean, the monitor is on, the lights are on, and something that again is talked about in the CrossFit scene quite a lot, and it's shout out to Austin Malleolo and James Obar. They speak about it a lot, and I've read it from their stuff a lot, and I think it's absolutely fucking fantastic. Is the toilets. I know we're coaches. I appreciate that, and I've spoken to coaches in the past. Like I've worked with, for probably 100, maybe more coaches, in different scenes, in different gyms, in different environments, whether they're sport related, whether they're CrossFit related, whether they're bodybuilding related, PTs, whatever. I've probably worked with 100-ish different coaches, and I've spoke to them, and some views on it is they pay me to coach, they pay me to train people, they don't pay me to clean the toilet, and I get that. I agree with it, but I also don't agree with it at the same time. And if a member comes in and everything's good, everything's great, they can't complain about anything, but there was, toilet's not working, or the bathroom is dirty, or there wasn't any paper towels in the bathroom, like that sticks in their mind. And that tiny, tiny little detail, and that tiny straw might be the straw that broke the donkey's back. It might be a thing that says, oh, okay, well, I don't want to come here anymore, or well, I'm going to go to that gym because, excuse me, not because they have paper towels in the fucking dispenser, but it seems like they give a shit a lot more. You see coaches walking around and there's a tiny little bit of blue roll on the floor and they pick it up and put it in the bin, or there's a little bit of whiteboard in the whiteboard marker in the corner of the whiteboard and they rub it off, or there's there's a clip in the corner of the room and they walk the entire gym and pick it up and put it in the bucket. Just those tiny, tiny, tiny little details is what makes the community, what makes the gym, and ultimately what makes you. If you only gave a shit about the hour that you coached, then are you doing it for the right reasons? Are you doing what you truly love? Because if you're doing what you truly love, you wouldn't even think twice about going above and beyond and providing the best service you could. You know, we get paid for an hour. Wherever you work, you will always get paid for an hour for the training that you give when you work in this industry. But it ain't an hour, is it? Really? Let's think about it. You do the hour of a class, that's your hour, but you need at least, if you're quick, at least 15 minutes worth of planning per session. So that's an hour and 15. You're expected to get there at least 15 minutes early. So that's an hour and a half. And obviously you do all the cleaning and make sure everything's in place and all that stuff. So add another 15 minutes work. So you're getting paid an hour for an hourly rate for an hour and a 45-minute work. And it's shit. It is. It's shit. But that goes with the territory. That goes with the job that we have as coaches. And that goes back to those little things, because we want to be the best and provide the best and help as many people as possible and provide that service for people. And if we didn't do those little things, then what's the difference between us and someone else? What's the difference between me and someone else? What's the difference between this gym and that gym? It's those little things. It's the same thing in business. It's the same thing in, librarians. It's the same thing in coffee shops. If you go to a coffee shop and, the barista seemed a little bit miserable, you're probably not going to go there again. But if you went to a coffee shop and they seemed really happy and, they actually gave a fuck about the human being and stood in front of them and they asked how things were going and, and they were genuinely intrigued, then they're probably going to go back. And it's the same as coaching, same as business, same as fucking making coffees. It's everything in life revolves around those little things, and if they're not done, people notice. But if they are done, people won't notice. It's just, this might be a bit funny, just like Batman. All right, for those DC geeks in the room, just like Batman, he is the hero that Gotham needs. So he provides anything that they need. And if he wasn't there, people would notice. But because he is there, he doesn't get any credit. Like, Bruce Wayne does not get any credit. Yeah, granted, the figure of Batman might, but there's no credit given for the good that Batman does. It will be scrutinised if he goes, and all the gangsters run the city, etc., etc. That's just a little bit of a out there sort of example. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys. That's where I'm going to leave you with just a little thought of the little things are the big things, and it's something that I've always been told from past friends, from both my parents, some employers, and always something that I believed in is those little things are the big things. And I'll leave you with that little thought I had earlier was no one will ever give you the respect you deserve, because no one will ever truly know your journey and the struggles you have overcome. So respect yourself, guys. Do the little things to the best of your ability every single day. Those tiny, tiny little details is what makes it. And guys, everything will fall into its place. You focus on those little things, all those big questions in the world will end up coming to you, and the answers will end up presenting themselves to you. So team, have a fucking fantastic day. Make sure you crush Money Mondays and enjoy yourself. That's what life's about, right? Life's about fucking having fun and enjoying yourself and being happy. There's no point doing shit if you're not happy. So make sure you make someone's day. Ask someone how they are, and genuinely ask someone how they are, and ask how their weekend's been, and make sure you put a smile on someone's face. Anyway, team, that is me. Take it easy. I will see you soon, and have a good one. See you later.